Hey everybody, we are actually
Well, I've been sitting here on this dock by the bay, watching my blue skies turn to gray. Didn't know if I should run or stay, so I pulled up Mike's weather page, 'cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Well, I admit that I had one or a few, 'cause I was down and I was feeling blue. But then I clicked on Mike's fan page. I saw all my friends, now I'm okay. It's Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. We all know Mike's a real fun guy. He'll track the storms as they blow by. But when the drunk donkey comes out to play, Miss Julie, take his phone away, 'cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
Not sure what the gusts are, but
well, there's Louie and her too. No telling what they're gonna do.
I think we're
you know
he's
got more than 1 million fans. Yeah, 'cause now Mike's weather page, you know he's got the
trying to keep the camera from getting away.
Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Mike's weather page, you know it's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
Hey, what's up? Made it in the nick of time. Chrome's been yelling at me to do a update, so I decided to do it right before we went live, and probably wasn't the best decision I ever made. I've made worse, I guess. Those stay between me and me. All right, hey, good morning. I got my new Tom and Dan hat, if you're wondering. You know I do a bucket hat during TikTok. It's called Weather in a Nutshell. Those are peanuts. So Tom and Dan over in Orlando sent me a care package with a bunch of goodies, and I decided to wear the hat today because my hair looks like doo-doo. All right, so what's cooking? It's Wednesday. It's hump day, whatever that means. What's up, Yoel? What's up, Julie? What's up, Zink? Let's say hi to Hunter. Today's Hunter's Day. Matthew, how's this week? Matthew, great question. How's the pumpkin beer? Look. It's phenomenal. You can get it at ABC. Pumpkin ale. 'Tis the season. Doesn't get much better than that. It's hard to believe it's almost Halloween time. I was actually Googling skeletons yesterday. Lowe's got a brand new skeleton. But of course it's out of stock like all the other ones. We still got the big one. I got to dig up bones. Digging up bones soon. All right, so here's our Daily Brew brought to you by our great friends at ABC, where you can get your pumpkin products. Big supporters of our page here. 5 years going strong. Lots to talk about. We talk about the weather. I'm not a real meteorologist. I'd throw that out there down. And I'm just a average armchair quarterback like you and me. We're all the same. We talk weather. I talk models and show things and give some opinions now and then. Always refer to the National Hurricane Center and National Weather Service for official information. If you think I hype, then leave the site. That rhymes. I don't like this hat. I love the hat, but it looks kind of funny on me, actually. I don't know. Maybe should I leave it on there or not? I mean, it's got a palm tree on it. All right. There's our cone. Let's talk about that. We are cone heads. We talk about the cone of uncertainty. All right, yo, hell, I don't know. It's a feature. I got to figure that one out. I know. I don't know. They did that. Now that I have 50,000 plus, they got all kinds of features on there. I don't know what's going on. So here's the scoop. We got something brewing. It's going to be Hurricane Lee real soon. It might be this today. It's going to be a major hurricane. Talking about 150 mile an hour winds. All the conditions out there in the Atlantic are ideal for rapid intensification, and they're going to be looking at a major hurricane all the way through the weekend. It's going to be a monster. Still trending a little bit north of the Leeward Islands. Close enough, though, in the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico to be watching close, obviously. But you got to trust the 5-day cone, especially the 3-day cone is in white. Anybody in that cone can experience the eye of Lee as it passes by. So we're going to get into it. Hunter's doing good. Right, buddy? He's so proud. He wants to be just like his big brother. He's like, I can do it, Dad. I can be a model. Just like me. Look at me, Dad. Look at me. I went to hung out with Jason Furman yesterday, and they just did 4 days on the ground helping customers out. They told me so many stories. They were at 4 different locations where Idalia hit, and they were set up at Lowe's, and they said they worked on hundreds of generators, helping anybody. They didn't care what brand. They helped people that didn't have Furmans. They helped anybody. But very important, it was their second year doing this, and they did an amazing job helping people on the ground that were hit from Idalia. They were showing me pictures all the way up to Valdosta, trees down really bad. You know, a lot of country homes were going to be out of power for a long time. A lot of power lines down going to these little rural areas, and they helped out a lot of people. So hey, Jason, I don't know about doing breakfast, man. It was late night. I went maybe had one more. All right, so let's talk about this Lee thing. So you're going to hear a lot of hype, a lot of anxiety. You know, I don't know, maybe back with Dorian days, you know, we had a lot of anxiety when this thing was pointing straight towards, obviously, Bahamas and Florida specifically. So, you know, I get it. You know, there was a lot of worry, but we got to trust the models. We got to trust long range trends, and you know, we got Bermuda watching. So there's a lot to watch. I'll be honest with you. I mentioned before that, you know, 2 days ago, there really wasn't any support for this thing heading towards the East Coast of the United States. Well, that's changed a little bit. And like I said before, I don't think it's responsible to have, you know, put out there that there's a chance this thing could head east or towards the East Coast of the United States without any support. Well, there's a little trending that high pressure might be coming in from that Atlantic, pushing it a little bit more towards the East Coast. Enough to talk about. So, seeing things like the Black Crows said. Seeing things for the first time. Actually, yesterday I saw them. Today's the second time. All right, so your latest 12Z models just came out. Let's go to Tropical Tidbits. Here you go. And you can see majority of the models showing that bend. This is the end of this is 7 days out. So 7 days from now, this is pretty much where it would be next Wednesday. Long way away. These models go out 7 days. So next Wednesday, it's going to be somewhere north of Puerto Rico and north of Hispaniola, hopefully missing the islands. It's going to be a Category 4, maybe 5. The Cat 6 girl keeps putting videos out that she's right, but that's what we got to watch right now. So Well, I mean, think about it. 7 days from now, people want to know, whoa, what if it does hit the U.S.? Well, you're talking almost 10 days at least of watching. So things change, models change, and upper patterns change. Steering maps change. Website's completely updated though. I have all the ensemble maps here. I have satellite page here, wind analysis here, microwave imagery. A lot of folks like the microwave imagery. This is a really classic imagery that shows that the structure is really getting like amazing here. Like, holy cow structure. This thing is definitely turning into a monster, developing an eye wall quick. Key messages, so all that stuff's right here if you need it. Still so far away that it's just impossible right now to speculate down the road. But let's do that. Let's talk about down the road. We talked a lot about Irma. Irma originally was supposed to go on the east coast of Florida, kept tricking west. Trending west, and then we got Sandy. I messaged Jim Cantori this morning that I'm having Sandy vibes, where we're having a bend north and then a blocking high pressure, possibly. So, hey, for those of you asking, the doctor thing yesterday went good, man. I can't believe it. I'm healthy. Said I'll have to go back for 10 years, man. Will I be? What? Where will we be here 10 years from now? Sitting right here. We'll see. I might go before that, though. All right, so let me show you what I've been looking at. I've been posting a lot as I do all day. Well, I woke up a little late today, so I didn't start posting until about 6:30, but I apologize for that. I had to sleep last night. Let's just go straight to tropical tidbits. I want to show you exactly the heart of what I'm seeing and what the models are doing. All right. So let's zoom in to the last 4 days of model runs and kind of give a picture here at 10 days what we are at. So let me bring up 10. Let me go back. Yes, let's go back to Monday. And we're going to fast forward to 10 days. All right. So traveltidbits.com 10 days ago, or 2 days ago. This was on Monday, the 12Z. Made that turn, and it actually looked like it might have been going east of Bermuda, right? That was the trend 4 runs ago. Weakness, frontal weakness, pretty strong. Picking it up, pulling it out of here. Then comes the 000Z run. And then all of a sudden, it's heading almost towards Bermuda. A little shift west. This is it's still 2 days ago. Little shift west. Then yesterday's 12Z. Even more shift west. Here's Bermuda. Look, right here. So we basically went from here to here to here. 3 runs. Now, overnight last night, we are here. That's a big shift. A couple days ago, we were here, 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 here. This is 10 days from now. This would be a week from Friday. Long way away. A lot of time to watch this thing. But we look at trends. We look at upper level weather patterns. And what the discussion's always been is if this front is not that strong and that high pressure builds back in, then it might go a little more west. A couple things I pointed out today on Twitter was this. So we have Invest 96 here. I know there's something here. We're not going to talk about that one yet. There's another wave coming. But Invest 96 could be a player, just like Franklin was to Idalia. Franklin was east of Idalia. High pressure built between the two. Kind of nudged Idalia a little more west, kept it going north. And we're kind of seeing that pattern here a little bit. This is 10 days out. 96, high pressure, Lee. But notice what happens at the end here. I don't know if you can really see it, but, you know, almost like a little bump to the west at the end. So definitely keeping an eye on these trends. You know, that was today. You know, a couple days ago, it was way over here. It wasn't even close. So that's where we're at. Not a forecast. I always remind people these are not forecasts, but the GFS actually was a little more west yesterday. The icon was a little more west yesterday. So was the UK. But if you look at the upper level patterns, then definitely we're seeing a high pressure build in. This is your high pressure map. And the front that was supposed to pick up our system right here gets cut off. And we'll see. You know, we'll see. We'll see if this high pressure actually builds in. Does it block it? Does it turn it? Does it turn it into sandy? You know, we don't know. But I can tell you this. Today's 12Z run will be really interesting because that'll be another day closer to potential impacts to the U.S. if it does continue to do that little turn. Low pressure here could be a player too, kind of keeping a path if this high pressure builds in. So very interesting overnight development on upper level steering. So we'll keep an eye on that. The GFS, you know, keeps it more towards northeast. Not really a big GFS fan. But on the Canadian model, kind of doing the same thing. So possibility of that happening. It is GFS west of Bermuda, more New England area. Icon doesn't go out that far, but you can see it's kind of bending it a little bit slower. And 937. So in the new models, the HAFS only goes out, I think, 126. But look at oh my God. So the HAFS did an amazing job, as does the H-Warf with intensity, and it's showing 915 pressure. Unbelievable pressure. That would be. Could be record breaking. I don't know. What was it, Wilma? I don't know. I think we've had pressure lower, but that's still 915 is extremely low, Cat 5 range. And this is only Sunday. It's only a couple days from now. H-Warf showing 940s range. The H-Mon showing 931 range, 922 range. Big system too, man. Look at the size of this thing. Both are showing really large systems. A big wind field, large wind field. So, where we're at. Yeah, Wilma was 882. Thanks, Richard. Jason Strong, what's up, buddy? 910. Hey, Jason, my transmission was running good, man. Might have done the trick. I had a flat tire, Shelly. Can you believe that? I don't know when that happened, but my right front had a slow leak. I hope it didn't happen. Thanks to Ryan. Last year hooked me up with a bunch of Red Bull. Ryan, if you're watching, man, I could use some sugar-free. I went all in today with the normal stuff, but I sure do love my sugar-free Red Bull. So what else? Tom and Dan hat. Philip, yeah, they mailed me a good goodie bag. I messaged Sam yesterday and let her know I got it. Man, they know how to promote, man. I got a new straw hat, couple shirts, some sunglasses, a tumbler, license plate, stickers, magnets. I gotta up my game. All right, so that's it. I'm not, Florida. We're not talking about, we look at models. We look at spaghetti models. Let's look at some ensembles. So let me show you here. Let's look at some ensemble model runs here. Kind of show you a little bit of trending here. A little bit of trending. I mean, majority of models have this thing missing. The U.S. Yes. But we look at trends. And trends kind of look at the future. Jeff wants to know what's the potential hit Sarasota. Very low right now. Don, I'm doing the weather radio. As soon as things slow down here, we had to Julie's mom's passed, and there's a lot of work there, so I'm kind of waiting for a rainy day. I want to make sure you get them out. I do like Celsius, Jessica. Matter of fact, Shelly will tell you, we had our Celsius mailed to us after my Ida chase. Thank you, Mr. Lance. Appreciate that, buddy. Ventusky, I think that I don't know what that defaults to. The Windy app defaults to the euro. Florida chances are really low at this moment. So don't worry yet. Chesapeake, Virginia, for sure you should be watching close. Anybody on the East Coast. Correct, Jonathan, there is no Cat 6. There's an article yesterday I saw that some newspaper article was saying there's going to be a Cat 7. We've only had 4 Cat 5s hit the continental U.S. Ian was a 5 right up to landfall, and then they said it still hit as a 4. I'm talking about storms that hit the United States. 4. So there's a lot of panic out there. Listen, the reason NHC doesn't go past 5 days is there's a lot can change. So all I'm saying is there's 2 days ago, there was very little modeling suggesting the East Coast United States. There was a lot of ifs, ands, and whats, and buts, and possibilities with weather, but none of the models were picking up on it. Now the Euro really went in saying high pressure might be kicking this thing a little bit more west. So, yeah, it's a trend that we need to watch, especially, well, yeah, I mean, you got to watch it. I'm not going to, I'm just showing you what's the trends are, and yeah, I've seen it before. This thing keeps riding north through the weekend, and obviously Florida chances are less because if it starts to make a turn. But yeah, I mean, as you go up that East Coast, you number your concern level. Yesterday was a one-eye hangover, right? Today is a one-eye sober alert. I'm raising the alert level today from one-eye hangover to one-eye sober alert. Tomorrow, maybe might be 2 days pink eye alert. But long way away. All right. Excuse me. All right, so let's go back to yesterday's 00Z. Let's go back to all the ensembles. So here was... No, it's hard to read, but anyway. All right, so this is... long. Let's just go back. This goes back a long ways. This goes back to the 3rd. Steve, we got a new supporter. Thank you. Be patient, everybody. If you're joining, subscribing, that is great. You're not missing out on any information. I don't share anything there that I don't share publicly. It's more of a way to support our page. Allow me to do things I love to do, talk weather, and buy Starlink, and fix tires, and get Red Bull. But just be patient. It takes, these storms, we get a big rush of people that want to support, and that's awesome. It just doesn't happen overnight. So be patient. Shelly does an amazing job. Sometimes it gets overwhelming. Crystal, I think that'd be a great Yeah, I think Crystal, I think I should do that. I think I should have our own Saffir-Simpson scale. It would be your ABC Simpsons, your ABC scale, and we would have one-eyed, one-eye hangover. What do they call it? One-eye hangover? One-eye sober. Yeah, we're at a one-eye. We're raising the bar from hangover to one-eye sober alert, meaning like. So let me show you how these trends work. So the European model, good buddy of mine, Dennis Phillips, which a lot of y'all think that we don't like each other. We like each other a lot. He texted me last night, something funny, but we like each other a lot. So, you know, some of y'all like both of us, some of you like him. I see people on TikTok, I'm going back to the Rule 7 guy. Well, that's awesome because he's a friend of mine. Doesn't hurt my feelings. And I'm just here to do weather, by the way. And we are streaming live on a bunch of platforms, by the way. So the good thing about this year versus 3 years ago, we're all over the place. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, of course, and Twitter. Getting a lot of people watching us over on X now. So welcome, X. You just can't chat over there. But I do appreciate the numbers on X are really increasing a lot. All right, so here's the trends with the Euro. So the Euro, the reason I love the Euro so much is, one, there's 51 different members of the Euro. So it's amazing. The operational runs I don't use hardly at all anymore initially. The ensembles look at possibilities. I love it. It basically, it's this. You got every one of those 51 computers starts at the same point. They all scatter different thoughts. One computer is going to say, well, what if the high pressure is a little stronger? What if the high pressure is a little weaker? What if the front coming down is a little stronger? What if the front's a little weaker? What if the water temperature is hot? What if the water temperature is cold? So they put together 51 different thought processes, you know, and they look at everything. Well, 3 days ago, look at this. There wasn't one even remotely close to the East Coast 3 days ago. This is when I put out a video. Hey, don't get all worked up. There's nothing supporting anything yet. This is probably, you know, going to recurve until it changes. I'm not going to say anything other than here you go. But then when we go to the next 12Z run, they get a little closer. This is the 4th. This is 12Z. Little bump. This is yesterday. Little bump. This is yesterday. A little bump. And then here's today. A little bump. So 3 days ago to today. So if you're worried about Florida, you know, very low chances according to this, right? North Carolina northward, you know, you start really paying attention. So, you know, high confidence again, you know, it's still, you know, if you take the average, it's still going to miss. It's just, there's a little more chances that this thing doesn't at this point. The main operational run overnight, that's got me really paying attention here, but going back to tropical tidbits. Let me show you. Let's zoom into the northeast here. You can see what I'm talking about, and we'll see a last second little jog here. Let's see. Here we go. All right. Here is the Euro 10 days from now. And kind of see what's going on here. This is raising my eyebrow just a little bit. A little bit of turn here at the end. A little bit of turn. Nothing to be worried about. That's 10 days from now, but we did not see that a couple days ago. So here's Bermuda. Big difference than a couple days ago. And you can understand what's going on by looking at the upper level winds. Very clear as day. We're getting high pressure starting to build in quick. This high pressure gets strong. This has nowhere to go. there's a low pressure off to the west, would probably allow a movement to the west because you're getting a blocking high pressure. So I'm not going to draw an arrow to the east coast, but very curious what the 12Z model runs. Almost to the point where I might take a nap so I can wake up to the euro. This is actually the first storm this year that every storm's different. You know, we're seeing this storm be the one that 3 days ago, the weather vibe was zero chance of any sort of, you know, U.S. impacts. The vibe today, we probably need to keep watching it. So, and again, it's one model. The only reason I'm showing the euro, it does so good with upper level winds. It's one of the best. That's why. Not because it's, you know, I'm not being a wish caster. And my girlfriend Tammy Kent, if you're watching, you know I try not to be a wish caster. But it's hard not to go and show that when the euro, and especially with the ensembles, is shifting just a little bit. Alright, so let's look at the UK. I'm not sure if the 00Z is out yet, but we'll see. Let's see. New run coming out. Nope. We might be able to see it on Pivotal Weather. But anyway, last night's UK down by the Bahamas. It was probably the farthest. UK doesn't go out that far, so we really don't know what's going to happen here. You know, Canadian keeps it away towards Bermuda. One thing to note, I showed this yesterday, the water temperatures are very interesting right now. This is a current map here on Tropical Tidbits also. But it's your current sea surface temperature anomaly right now, and it's really fascinating. This is this will change. But we had Idalia crossed over from the Pacific, remember? But look at this. The water is almost normal. And we see a couple blue spots, which means the water is a little below normal. Now that'll warm up quick. It does. It warms up quick. But the other thing to note is this area right here. We had Franklin, we had Gert, we had we had everything. I don't even know. I couldn't even keep up. We had Jose, Gert, Emily. I don't even know all these storms. Franklin. But look at that water temperature. So some of the models are showing this thing really intensified, and when it does curve, a little bit of weakening, which is partly due to the water temperature. So that might be good news, at least down the road, that this thing can't maintain category whatever it's going to be. Good question, Chris. Sometimes these Atlantic waters don't come right back because the Gulf, you know, we have the loop current, and this water warms up faster than this water. I've seen it over the years where this almost never comes back. So, you know, all along, this is the area we got to worry about anyways. The main development, you know, Western Atlantic was my number one hot spot this year because of El Nino shear. So we still have enough water. I mean, the ocean heat content is another tool we look at. This is the amount of ocean water depth, and you know, it's still hot. It's still hot. I mean, your category strength possibilities here, even with the cooler water, you know, in the Gulf at least, you could still be major hurricane. But what's interesting with this, I don't know if it's updated today, I wonder. Yeah, so this is a great map right here. So this kind of shows you the lowest pressure possible based on maybe, you know, conditions based on sea surface temperature especially. But look, yellow, 960. So even with a Cat 5 brewing, Cat 4, you know, these waters at least, you know, the conditions are going to be less down the road. And you can see that. Even the winds, like even the potential wind knots is down a lot. It's the first time I've seen this map really make a lot of sense. So the max potential winds based on the current conditions, H2, H3, you know, and that's kind of what we're seeing with the, you know, different modeling. That no matter what happens, we could see a weakening system, hopefully, you know, as this thing turns north. Going back to the Euro, you know, 930 millibar, 925 millibar. Remember, the lower millibars, stronger storm. I think I'm going to Lowe's to get some mums. Look at the Euro, 915 pressure, unbelievable. And that, and the HAFS model's doing the same thing, 915, unbelievable. But then it does look at it does increase pressure. Look at this, 930, 936, 954, 963. So I can definitely see this thing weakening. So the only good news is that it will be a little weaker. Now, some of the biggest surge storms we've ever had. Katrina was a 3, Ike was a 2, Sandy was a 1. So don't get wrapped up on category numbers when it comes to large systems. Large systems can produce a lot of surge. But, you know, 915 to 963 at least is, you know, a little weaker. We could take a little closer look here at some things. Let's see if we can get how close I can get off the coast here. Now that we're actually getting close to the coast, East Coast. Let's see if we can get some simulated satellite imagery, which is what it could look like. See this front? The front gives out and starts to turn our system a little bit towards that middle U.S. This is the player coming into play, I'm telling you. High building in. This little guy is coming over, and this one might get attracted to it. That's as of today. 3 days ago was different. So it's just one model. One model doesn't mean anything. There's no confidence. So anyway, listen, long way away. It's pointless to stress about it right now at all, you know. But, you know, mid-Atlantic, North Carolina northward, for sure I'd be raising my eyebrows a little bit more. If it was to make landfall, and it would be almost a week, like almost 9-10 days from now. This is on the bottom of my page from FSU. Here's our system. Matched colors, 8 to 10 days. And that's exactly what I figured, guessing on some of the models. So, over a week. It'd be later next week if it was going to do anything. 7+ days at least. More than likely 8 to 9 to 10 days. Lots of waves. Scott asked a great question. Let's take a look at the waves, man. Surf's up, dude. Guaranteed to be some waves. Oh, this only goes out 90 hours. Oh, the 00Z goes out more, though. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look. Boy, it's getting close. The latest Euro. Big waves. This is 70-foot waves in the center of this thing. So definitely they're going to start approaching the Florida East Coast Monday, Tuesday next week. And the yellow is, 10-foot waves rolling in from the Atlantic. So might start feeling them as early as Monday, but more than likely Tuesday. This is a wave map. There's some other models I've seen people sharing. I don't even know if what they are. Let me see here. There's a couple models I've seen being shared that were like this Korea model. I don't know if it's any good or not. Somebody was pointing out that it actually went east. I don't know if it's a good model or not. Korea. I don't know. Do they make tropical models? I don't know. I stick to the ones we know. I'm not going to start showing models like that. But that's really all I want to say. I don't want to create any unneeded stress. We look at in the NHC 5-day cones. Past that, all speculation. Let's see what the GFS, even though I don't like the GFS. Let's see what the GFS ensembles have trended like. Let's see what they look like. Because the ensembles aren't as bad as the operational run. Okay, so let's go out. There's your latest. So, yeah, again, bazillion questions people asking about Florida. I've never mentioned Florida once. So, it's a one-eye hangover alert. I just worry about the GFS. I just don't trust the GFS model. I just don't. I don't like it. So, not going to worry about it. So, there you go. All right. Storms today, middle part of the U.S. Got a front line coming down. It looks like. Let's see what it looks like on the surface chart. Yeah, we got a little frontal line. There's a frontal line coming in. Frontal line bringing up storms today. Could be pretty stormy. We got a lot of people down that neck of the woods. Important to show that down in Louisiana. So there's storms today. Could get a little feisty down there close to the Gulf Coast all the way up to the Great Lakes today. Then tomorrow that whole area spreads back to the northeast again. Sticks around for Friday. So there's your storms today. Not a lot of rain the next 5 days. High pressure is locked in. Here's your rainfall today. Zippo. Nobody's getting anything today. That frontal line. But then nobody on the East Coast, Florida, getting any rain today. Tomorrow rains. There's that frontal line. Very weak. No rain across the East Coast, Florida. Friday. A little bit might make it down on the East Coast side. And then Saturday and Sunday. There's just really no big systems coming. Alright, so it's just one of these painful systems we just have to watch. Three days ago, every ensemble out to sea. Today, a few T's in the East Coast, including the main operational run. So we'll see with 12Z. If the 12Z bounces back, then the Euro's an outlier. But 4 consistent runs of the Euro is bouncing a little west. And when I see trends, it might wiggle back, might come back. But you're seeing the upper air patterns make sense more than just the models. You're seeing what they're seeing, and you're like, So, anyway, yeah. Well, I had to meet my buddy Jim. I didn't get to see Jim. ETA for the East Coast Terra over on YouTube. At least 8 to 9 days. Mike Soul, they have a hard time maintaining strength, especially when they get over that cooler water of the Atlantic. So we do have cool water ahead, so it won't. I don't think it can maintain 915 millibar, especially looking at all those things that it showed. So it'll weaken as it goes north, but a weakening large, almost subtropical sandy. I mean, big mess in the Northeast. It doesn't make you don't need a strong category system to create havoc. So I'm getting Sandy Lake vibes with a turn west. Didn't have that 3 days ago. Anyway. All right, so Dustin, yeah, major storms do kind of make their own path, but they definitely are influenced by upper level steering a lot. They might wiggle, they might wobble. You know, I wanted to share this picture before I lost it too. I hope it's still on there. Please, please. Oh, it's gone. I was going to show you the wiggles and the wobbles of Idalia and how it ended up still the same exact track on a larger scale. Here you go. So, official cone puts it just north of the islands. Remember, the cone is anywhere that the eyewall could go. So it doesn't mean you won't get any effects, even if it, went to your north. So, confidence is at least it's going to be to your north in the islands down there. Time would be this weekend here is September 9th. Uh, 150 mile an hour. 150 miles an hour. 150 miles an hour. We'll get a new track update at 11 a.m. There'll be another track update at 5 p.m. So we get a track update at 11 and at 5. So 11 a.m., 5 p.m. E.T. Not E.D.T., not E.S.T., E.T. It's so cute when Sarah talks about our Tampa Bay Brewing Company. She calls it ABC. She gets so confused with ABC, TBBC. So our joke here at the house is I'm just like, Sarah, you want to go to TBBA, And then she starts laughing. She might be watching now. They watch us in high school at Eastlake. So hello, Eastlake alumni. Apparently the USF magazine came out. I got to get one. I guess they had a nice article, so thank you to USF. I had a good friend of mine, Hope didn't message me yesterday. He's like, man, I saw you're in the USF magazine. So yeah, Carolina watching close. We got to, we tracked Harold go to Texas, and everybody in Texas is watching us. Obviously, Idalia, everybody in Florida and Georgia and East Coast was watching. Now this thing, we're going to have a whole new market of people watching us. And Bermuda's always watching. Yeah, Shelly, I don't know how to keep mums from... I don't know how to keep mums alive. Somebody told me you can't water the tops of mums. You got to water them in the base. Shelly, you're that person. Oh, hey, I got a card. Man, I meant to show it earlier. I'll do it tomorrow. Had a fan reach out. I love sharing this kind. I'll just do it now. What the heck? So it's from Silent Slayer Ghost Tours. And apparently they're big fans, so they wrote me a nice letter. Cynthia, thank you. Ghost investigator. So they invited me and the family. They're at Safety Harbor, Ghost Tour. So if you're ever in Safety Harbor, I didn't even know we had one in Safety Harbor, Oldsmar area. So if you're looking for something fun to do, this was nice of them. They sent me a brochure and everything. So I had no idea that we had tourist stuff here to do at home. So I always share this stuff when I get it in the mail. Thank you so much. I'm sure they got the address from Tampa Bay. Usually it goes to my P.O. box, but anyway, that was cool. So yeah, definitely going to check that out. So all right. Allison from the DR. Well, so far you're pretty good. I think it's going to go to your north. Definitely going to see what the 12Z model runs are. Bill, 100%. Bermuda watching. This thing could be, the only good news, it looks like it's going to be weakening a little bit when it makes that turn. A lot of cold water up there. Doesn't take a weak category though to make things go downhill. And if, you know, and if this thing does track a little west, there's warmer water towards the coast. So all right, I gotta make a phone call. My phone's ringing off the hook here. I got a call. So I don't know. We might do Shelly. I'll message Shelly maybe tonight if things are good. We can do one, maybe a quickie. James Ford, how's it going, buddy? C. Nichols, yep, the Euro's got my attention. I tell you what, it got my attention yesterday enough to share the trending, but I was a little surprised that 00Z trended even more west. So that's definitely a pattern change that the model's picking up on, with high pressure brewing to the north and to the east, pushing this thing west. And there's a little low pressure area over central U.S. that it's going to become attracted to and pull it possibly that direction. So, Yohel, what's up, buddy? Hey, we're going to be down at your neck of the woods, Yohel. Boca, how far are you from Boca? Don't be worried in Virginia. Don't be worried anywhere. Just be aware, right? This tropical systems, you have days, okay? Days. It's not like any other natural disaster. You got to think about that. There's, tornadoes, you have seconds. Earthquakes, volcanoes, tsunamis. What other crap we have? Lightning strikes. I mean, come on, right? The only good thing about hurricane season is we got time. We like to digest trends, and so don't cancel anything. Oh, let's look at things behind this one. So we do have another system potentially in the making after this one. There is some strong signaling of a wave. Back to tropical tidbits. But just kind of put it out there. This is a week from Friday. It's a long way away. But Middle Atlantic, we know how that goes. This is next Thursday. Big question mark. High pressure. Blocking possibly. There still could be a little escape out of here, but we'll see. This high pressure builds in quick here. It's going to be interesting. Maybe the 12Z, it goes out to sea, hopefully. Hope I'm not coming off as trying to hype anything. I'm just letting everybody know that the trends have been a little bit more closer to the East Coast. So there could be a little something to watch this time next week. The Euro's showing it. The Canadians showing it this time next week. I think even the GFS is showing it. So that's 3 models, and the Icon doesn't go out that far, but it's starting to pick up on it right here too. So there's 4 models showing this time next week, something right here for sure. So we'll be doing it all over again. And I have Talladega at the end of the month. We better not have any tropics because I'll be mad. But I got Starlink now. We're good to go. All right, we got a few more minutes. Try to make it an hour. Let's see if the long-range ensembles is picking up on that. I like this map. I might share it. This is a great map. This is showing you how tropical strength potential decreases around Bermuda North due to that cold water, mainly. So thanks to all those other storms for churning up cold water. They fixed my truck, by the way. I'm excited. There it is right there. Long range looking here. 15 days out. Let's take a look at the Middle Atlantic. God, you can't see nothing. We can go to SpaghettiOs, though. Sometimes they're a little easier to figure out. Everybody likes SpaghettiOs, right? I love SpaghettiOs. So this is the following weekend. There's, this is basically where we're watching right here. Long way away. But it could be another one. This is 15 days away. So middle next week, X marks the spot. middle of next week. This is the following, God, forever. It's 15 days from now. Let's not even go past 5 days. I'd have every real meteorologist say, Mike, what are you sharing 15-day models for? You need clicks, click, 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 boom. One thing I like about your area, Yohel, is all the palm trees. Lots of palm trees down south. For sure. Anyway, all right, well, thanks for everything, guys. Thanks, Mike Soul. Dreading it. A new dude, Oliver guy, the guy that everybody likes, the banjo or the bluegrass singer. He sings a song called "Doggone It." That's so awesome. He talks about him and his dog on it. He goes on a train with his dog on it. I love that song. Anna, so much below average. Well, not sure. Yeah, I have to look back at what they asked. Well, share what, Shelly? I didn't see your comment. You see my ducking video there with the power lines? That was kind of funny. I don't know if you guys follow Reed Timmer or not, but he had a meme. And somebody sent me a picture of my face, and I'm like, where'd you get that? They're like, oh, it was the power line incident. So I went back and looked, and I clipped it. So if you go back a few posts, you'll see my power line incident. I was actually talking to my dad, and there was 2 power lines draping across the road from a downed tree, and I ducked like it was going to make a difference. I ducked. Like, ah. Thank you, Jessica. Tyler, for sure, you need to be watching that neck of the woods. I mean, Sandy was a 1. Sandy was a mess. Joe Sardo, what's up, buddy? Thank you. LMT Reed is intense. Yep. He's the man. Yeah, oh, I said camping. Darn it. And let me tell you, the season goes way past September. We got October to worry about. We got November to worry about. I've chased many hurricanes late in October into November. What's up, Mr. Mike Sherman? How's it going out west? Katie, what's up, Miss Katie? I don't know about the hat. I'm not really a hat person, but yeah, we're camping the other month. We're in trouble now. Hey, what is the next name after Lee, by the way? Did you get your shirt? I don't push my products as much as I probably should. Margot is the next name after Lee. So let's just hope Lee's the end of the season. But I do have a store. If you go to the website, shop MWP Gear, you can go on there. We've got a lot of cool stuff. A lot of history on our... we got the new tropical... This is the hurricane season shirt, by the way. It's still perfect time. He's got all the names on here. We're up into the other column of names now. This is my summer design. I love this one. I wear this one. I love this one. I even have this color. Looks good on me. Here's my storm chasing shirt. I wear this every storm chase. Look at my truck. Look at did you ever see the license plate on this drawing? It says hype. And look, there's Louis. Louis looking out the window. It's hard to believe News Nation and CNN had the redneck storm chaser on top of the news covering the storm. Oh, these are all history. Look at that Hurricane Watchdogs. Oh, there's my boys. They look just like that. Dusty did a really good job. Hurricane Watchdogs, Louie and Hunter. There's my original storm chaser. We had a Jeep. And we had... apparently the Weather Channel or somebody had a video of us going down a road with splashing water. Power lines. That was the power line incident where the power lines exploded. Watch blobs. Man, we got all kinds of stuff, man. A lot of history. Conehead. Where's my Conehead shirt at? Why is it not on there? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Should be featured. Not featured. Uh-oh. I gotta fix that. Conehead is not featured. Feature. All right, well, everybody be great. Have a good one. It's been an hour. We appreciate it. I'm going to post a bunch right now about the water temperatures, and I'm going to post that intensity map. And we got a new 11 o'clock advisory coming out, so we'll see what that does. It's not going to change much. We're going to start to see a bend in the NHC. The farther they push that bend, Bermuda's watching that bend too. It's a secondary bend I'm more worried about. What happens down the road? Does it bend back? We'll see. All right. Definitely be live tomorrow. Thursday. We'll be live Friday. Maybe tonight. We'll see. All right. If things get a little dicey to 12Z, we'll go live tonight. But if they shift back, people get a little anxious when I go live at night. I don't want to create any of that yet. So, see y'all tomorrow. 100%. Cheers.